There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
No.
Well, feel it!
Okay.
Hey, fanboys and girls, it's time for a closer look at the new Star Wars The Force Awakens teaser trailer. I posted a video earlier today on what my initial review of the teaser was, so definitely go check that out after this video. But right now, let's get straight into the analysis. The teaser starts out with newer John Williams music and a black screen slowly fading into a look at sand dunes of an unknown planet, possibly Tatooine. Though there has been no confirmation of that so far. A deep voice is heard saying, "There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?" This sounds like Max von Sydow or Andy Serkis, though we still do not know who this character is in the movie. But immediately after this, John Boyega's character appears from below wearing new stormtrooper armor. He's viciously sweating and breathing heavily as he turns to look into the distance. This gives us an opportunity to see the armor at a closer look, allowing us to notice the differences this upgraded version has compared to when we saw it in the original trilogy. The segments of white armor aren't separated by straight black underarmor, but instead looks almost like small black tubes lining the clothing. The screen again goes black, as we next are shown a new droid. Instead of being a type of R2 unit, which moves along by legs, the body is that of almost an orange and white soccer ball with an astromech head on it. It turns to look to the screen and then back to where it's going. This to me is a disappointing design, but the droid does seem to have a larger significance, possibly being one of the main character's droids. The background is that of the same planet we see Boyega on in the opening shot, except this time it is littered with what looks to be pod racer parts and engines. One of the vehicles we see almost seems to look like a leaked concept art image as well. The screen again blackens out, and as lights blink on and off, we are shown a shot of the new stormtroopers who lock and load their weapons in one of the Empire's vehicles. This reminded me of the Clone Wars when the troopers would prepare to attack before jumping out of a gunship. We are shown a quick look of their new blasters with special lights. This would in turn give it more of a functional play in upcoming video games as well. A shot of the bottoms of their legs appears as the door of the ship opens. Outside is very dark, and we are unable to see exactly where they are headed, although speculation surrounding this does insinuate that they are on their way to burn down a village with flamethrowers. We are next shown Daisy Ridley's character that they are calling Kira. Her clothing is exactly what we have seen in the concepts of her, as well as her boxy red speeder. She is wearing a poncho and pop-down goggles, which are reminiscent of what we see on Hoth in Episode 5. The speeder then races towards the TMZ set, which we had the leaked pictures from. The screen blackens again, and this time we are introduced to a new X-Wing pilot, played by Oscar Isaac. We hear a barely audible female voice in the background before the camera switches to a beautiful view of three standard blue and gray X-Wing fighters zooming across the top of the water surrounding the forest-covered mountains. This is no doubt the Skeleg Michael set, in which we will be seeing a castle-type structure as well. Supposedly this could also be where Mark Hamill has been hiding out as Luke Skywalker. The screen fades to black again, but we are next introduced to the new Sith character that Adam Driver is supposedly playing. He walks through a dense forest as the wind and snow are blowing at his back. He wears a long black robe and immediately stops walking and ignites his red lightsaber. The weapon is unstable, much like the darksaber we have been introduced to in the Clone Wars with Pre Vizsla, and has two separate blades coming out from the side hilt resembling a long sword. This is obviously the Black Park set that they had been reportedly shooting at, where also Harry Potter had been filmed before. We also hear the same voice of Max von Sydow or Andy Serkis say, "The dark side," before the screen fades to black. The Millennium Falcon immediately appears on cue as the voice says, "And the light." A blaring symphony led by John Williams is heard as the classic Star Wars opening music unfolds. In a series of intense special effects, the Falcon flips upside down into the blue sky and turns to hover above the Stand planet. Some people even think that where they are going also reminds them of the same planet we see Boyega on in the opening shot. It cuts very close to the ground before two TIE fighters can fire at the ship. The TIEs could possibly even be shooting at each other. One could likely be piloted by John Boyega's character and might be shot down by the Falcon. This could be why we are seeing him in the beginning in the state that he's in. We can't be sure until we see more. The end of the trailer cuts to the Star Wars The Force Awakens title, and we see the December 2015 release date. I guess that this is the official title, and not just some thrown together logo after all. This is a historical significance, and it is awesome to see the first look at what the entire sequel trilogy has in store for us. Never again will we see the first look to a new trilogy of Star Wars movies, unless of course we get episodes 10, 11, and 12 in a third trilogy, which is possible. Overall, there are a lot of special effects that I'm sure a great number of fans will walk away having a bad taste in their mouths with. Just keep in mind that Star Wars is a sci-fi movie, and these types of movies require that sci-fi element to take us across the galaxy and tell us the story. We must also not forget the most important parts of the trailer, which are when the words are said during it. When we hear it in the beginning talking of the awakening with Boyega, entering the scene, he is insinuating his character has affected the Force. Whether it is in him or he triggers an event to cause it to awaken, we don't really know. We also hear him talk of the light and dark sides, which solidifies that the balance between the light and dark has still been kept through Anakin Skywalker. But no matter what, guys, I know this movie is going to be great, and I can't wait until next year. It's gonna rock, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like down below. Tell me what you think of all these new special effects in the comments, as well as subscribe for more. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye, and may the Force be with you.